Hey, it's Jen Vax with YourColorStyle.com, and in this video I'm going to explain how the bright and cool color palettes are created. We just released brand new color wheels, color palettes for all 12 color types, and I have found that the more that you understand how these color palettes are created, it makes it a little bit easier sometimes for you to figure out which color type to choose. So for the bright and cool color palettes, these colors are pulled from the bright color wheel. Now in previous videos I explained to you the foundation of how we got to the full bright color wheel. But for a shorter explanation, these colors here they start out with a pure chroma color. So these are all the colors, the hues, if you will, in the bright color wheel. These are pure 100% clear chroma, meaning nothing's been added. No white, no black, no complement to mute them. So these are pure bright colors. From there, we add white to lighten and black to darken so that we end up with the full bright color wheel. This is the color wheel where the bright and warm and bright and cool color palettes are pulled from. We are going to be talking about the bright and cool color types in this video. So we're talking about bright cool light, bright cool medium, and bright cool deep. Now light, medium, and deep, if you take the quiz, for example, out on YourColorStyle.com, you'll get a lot more explanation of what it means to be light, medium, or deep, but it helps you understand the range of colors that are best suited for your overall coloring and tone. So if you happen to be light hair, skin, and eyes, for example, you're going to have a different range of colors that complement you versus someone who is deep and has very dark hair, eyes, or skin. So when we look at the color wheels, before we do anything about cool or warm, let me just show you what I mean when I say bright and light. This is the bright color wheel, but we only have the light range. So we have the lightest colors to the brightest, and then one step darker. Medium, we have a medium range of color. You can see here that the brightest ring is in the center with 2 steps down for light and 2 steps up for dark. Very light pastels will likely wash this person out. And then for bright and deep, we have a range of colors from the darkest colors to the brightest, and then just 1 step down to a little bit lighter. Now, depending on your color type, you may be able to wear some of the very light colors and pastels, but in general, these are the ranges of color. So now let's talk about the cool undertones, someone that is bright and cool. So when we look at the full color wheel again, I choose colors for the color types based on overall harmony with colors. So in art, when we talk about harmony, when colors are harmonious, it's because they share a color. So someone with warm undertones will likely have a yellow undertone and therefore be able to wear colors that are made with yellow. Those are the most harmonious colors with them. So for someone with cool undertones, we look at that person having a blue undertone. Even if it's not obvious, even if you can't see it visually, there is a cool undertone to that person. And so therefore they share the color blue. And so any color that's made with blue on the color wheel should be in harmony with someone with cool undertones. When the colors are made with yellow, not as much. So when we look at this color wheel, we have the cool colors on the left and the warm colors on the right. At the top here, we have universal colors. These are red is made with an equal amount of magenta, which is a cool color, and yellow, which is a warm color. So it's an even balance. So it's up here near the top along the line here, meaning that whether you have warm or cool undertones, you can wear this color. Any of the colors along the cool side of the color wheel are ideal for someone with cool undertones because they're either made with magenta or they're made with cyan. These color wheels use magenta, cyan, and yellow as their primary colors. So when I say blue, I'm really saying cyan. We have magenta and cyan both living on the cool side of the color wheel. Any other colors that are created from those two colors are going to be in harmony with someone with cool undertones. We then step to the right of cyan, going towards the warm side of the color wheel. These are colors that have yellow added to them. Now, that doesn't mean that someone with cool undertones can't wear them, but as you get closer and closer to yellow, the colors start to not be so great for someone with cool undertones. So we stop here at green. Green is a balanced color between cyan and yellow. Therefore, it is just like red, an even balance between cool and warm, and is suitable for either cool or warm undertones. So from this true red coming all the way around to true green, those are the colors that are ideal for someone with cool undertones. So here is the color wheel so far with just the red through to the green. So these are the colors that in general should be in harmony with someone with cool undertones. Now, depending on your depth, whether you're light, medium, or deep, not all these colors are going to suit you. Some may be too light, some may be too dark. But this is a general explanation so that I can get you to the actual specific color types. Now, this isn't exactly true because there are some colors over on the right side of the color wheel that do suit some of the bright and cool color types. So there's also a pumpkin orange. It's not really orange exactly. It's more pumpkin. It's bright. It needs to be a very sharp, bright color. And I have found that some individuals with cool undertones can wear the pumpkin orange very well. Not everyone in the bright, cool color palette can wear orange, but some can. Now, how do you know? Well, after you decided that you're bright and cool and whether you're light, medium, or deep, after that, there is a special, safe spot, a sweet spot, if you will, in your color palette based on your level. Now, the levels within your color style are a brand new advanced concept. It has a lot to do with where your dominant trait is, and therefore then helps you understand within your general color palette which colors are ideal and your absolute best, and others that aren't so great but still will flatter you. Okay, because there's a lot of colors here. And depending on your tones, some colors may not be as great as others. It's just the reality because everyone is so unique in their coloring and tone. So we have bright pumpkin here. We also have true yellow. Now, yellow is on the warm side of the color wheel. It is a true primary color. I have found that bright yellow to lemon yellows look really great on someone with bright and cool tones. Now, you'll notice here that I included the entire range of the yellows, and that's because there are some individuals, definitely within the bright, cool, and deep color type, that have some warmth. They may have hazel eyes with a little bit of olive green in their eyes, and if that's the case, that's how you know that you can start to step into these other colors here. Otherwise, it may not be as ideal. Okay, and then we even have a little bit of lime green because I have found that just a cooler version of this yellow can also be really, really fun when your coloring is very sharp and you need that bright jewel tone colors. All right, so now you've seen all the colors that are possible that I refer to when I'm creating the bright, cool, light, medium, and deep color palettes. So let's take a closer look now at each of those. This is the bright, cool, light color palette. Basically, I took the bright and light wheel that you had just seen that had the brightest colors with white added, and then one step darker. So we go from true red all the way around to green, and then the nice bright true yellows here. Those are all colors that will look great on you if you are bright, cool, and light. Now when we go to bright, cool, and medium, you can see that it's very similar, but just a little bit different. So it's a little bit darker. So you have a medium range. So your brightest color is in the center here of the ring, 2 steps up for dark and a little bit down so you can wear some pastels. That pumpkin is now added because as I've noticed that people with bright and cool tones You could lean a little bit neutral to having some warm tones, especially in your eyes, or sometimes you have a little bit of red in your hair, even though you don't have warm undertones. And this pumpkin orange can be great. I've also noticed that if you are dominantly cool, meaning you have, say, blue-black skin, you have zero warm tones to you, sometimes because of that cool blue factor to you, the pumpkin orange can be a really exciting accent color because it's a complement and it creates a lot of high energy. You also still have the yellows here, same explanation. If you've got some hazel eyes, you may have some olive in there, and that might be really flattering as well. Okay, and then for bright, cool, and deep, this color type probably out of all the color palettes within your color style has the most variety and range of color, and it really has a lot to do with what type of bright, cool, deep you are. And this is again where the levels become really important, because you could be someone that has cool undertones, bright features, and deep tones and need really high contrast. And if so, then you've got these lighter icy tones here on the color wheel for you, plus your deep colors in black and white. If you don't have as high contrast naturally about you and you don't need it, then these colors may not be as ideal and you'll stick to your main range of colors on your color wheel. And then the same explanation comes with the colors over here on the right hand side. You may have some orange, and like say you have dark brown eyes, you may have some orange in your eye, some pumpkin that would pull that this color might work well with, and you may have some olive green in your eyes. So if you have some hazel eyes and a little bit of warmth, you can tip over into these colors here and play with that. If you are dominantly cool, these colors may not be as great, except for maybe the yellows and lemon yellows, and then of course all the colors over here on the left hand side. So this is where knowing your levels can really help you customize your color palette even further, so that you have just the colors that look amazing on you, and know where colors will still flatter you but may not be necessarily a wow factor, right? So that is the explanation for the bright and cool color palettes. As you can see, they get a little bit more diverse as your tones get deeper. If you're unsure of your color type, you can always take the quiz out on yourcolorstyle.com/quiz. It'll walk you through the steps and help you really understand light, medium, and deep, and give you photo examples of all the color types. And then you can come back to this video, and understanding the colors that are in the color palettes can sometimes help you make that decision between which one you would like to sort of pull from, which one feels right to you. So the next video that you'll see in my channel will be for the soft and cool color palettes. I split them up into two different videos because I believe that they need a little bit more explanation. So I will see you in another video. I'm Jen Vax, and thank you so much for watching.